This video contains bad quality microphone. After 4 months of slamming my head into oblivion to finish my research paper, it's time for me to sit back and enjoy my favorite genre to blow off some steam, which is the zombie genre, because I can watch it without having to think too hard. It is even better to play zombie games because I can kill any people that I want legally, and that includes children and disobedient babies. In this new anime season, there is a zombie anime that I have been waiting for like any other awake anime, and that anime is Zombie 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Now, before that, please turn on the subtitle because I talk like XQC but worse, and have not fully understand proper grammar because I have a brain of a chimpanzee, and this video is heavily unprofessional, so please watch this video for fun and take it with a pinch of salt. The story starts in the country of the rising sun, where a fresh graduate student, Tendo Akira, finally got his dream job in the production department. On his exciting first day, he had his first crush on his senpai, made friends with colleagues, and drank Heineken in a pub to welcome Akira. Everything went well until he realized that he was working under amateur. Well, the work never ends, and he had to work by farming artifacts in Genshin Impact to get crit damage without bad sub status. He didn't have enough sleep because of being exploited by his fat ugly bastard that has the mouth of Asian parents, eating instant ramen every night, and became a victim of an NPR event. All of this made this guy hopeless, depressed, and almost took his own life. Then one day, God decided to browse Gmod workshop and install a zombie mod, because why the bloody hell not? In an instant, Japan has fallen and is now filled with zombies. To make things worse, they can run. They can fucking run. As Akira was running for his life, he came to a sudden realization that he didn't have to go to work anymore. And from that very moment, the world that was previously in monochrome suddenly full of LGTV 4K UHD. He was so happy and excited that he killed 3 infected people in an instant as a fucking celebration. He then was on his way to his CAO house on a freaking bicycle and killed him with full intent and said goodbye to his not warm zombie girl. In a world full of zombies where everything is in chaos and everyone's running out of toilet papers, Akira looks at the situation with full optimism because he can do whatever he wants now, and thus begin the journey of Tendo Akira to buy his 100 wishlist of Steam games and trying his best to graduate from being maidenless because losing virginity is cool in Japan. From the story summary, you can tell that it is unlike the typical zombie media. Instead of making it as a bad thing, they made the zombie apocalypse as a good thing because you can commit mass genocide and holding the grocery store like it's Black Friday every day. In Akira's eyes, these zombies are the reason why he is feeling alive, kicking, and able to do all of these ridiculous shits that he has always wanted to do. For him, this zombie apocalypse is a utopia for him and something that he had dreamed of for the longest time, to be away from the human society because of his past experiences with the big black company. Personally, I found this anime to be kind of unique and fun to watch because you can plug off your brain for 35 minutes since the story isn't that deep. It's kind of interesting to look at this genre in a different perspective, where instead of worrying about important stuff like supplies, safe areas, and when will the government use nuclear bomb because they have a reason to use one, why not just do stuff that makes you happy since you don't have to work in a dead society. Along his journey to speedrun his achievements, he formed a party consist of a guy that wanted to become an entire circus, a tsundere with less clothes for boost defense and agility, and lastly a gaijin who loves Japan just like us but physically not like us. For me, I pretty much enjoy these characters. They have alright personalities, and it's kind of interesting to see these characters having fun despite the current situation that they are facing. There are also some moments where the characters can be serious in a certain situation, and I like that they don't make it too comedic. And I think Akira as a protagonist has lots of opportunities for character development. For example, he realized life can be a bit of a bitch and not everything can go according to his liking. I really hope that Akira will be a character that is lovable and worth seeing because it's about him enjoying and learning what it feels like to be alive in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that not everyone could experience. One of those experiences is looking at Keijo's Uranus. Move on to the opening of this anime, I found it to be quite a banger. Initially, I was quite disappointed with the opening visual because it's basically a recap of the previous episode, but then they changed it into a full animated opening in chapter 9 and it's great. The animation is gorgeous and visually delicious. I was afraid that the quality would go down after chapter 1, but luckily the rest of the chapters doesn't suffer like the 7 Deadly Sins animations. You got pretty much a lot of movements in this fight scenes, like the Guagura chapter and this small fight in the Family Guy school. Overall, I'm satisfied for how well they did the animation. For a new studio, they did a pretty good job on it, which resulted in lots of delays. Amongst all the chapters that I have watched, chapter 1 still hits hard for me. The visual, the emotions of every exhausted animator poured in this episode, and the music with Akira doing parkour and smiling like a maniac made me looking forward to this anime. The Zombie Hunter teaches us a valuable lesson of using an opportunity to the fullest, even if the situation is a grim one. In the functional society, he was a zombie who can't think straight, but in the dead society, he is a living person, enjoying his life to the fullest as he can get. And the obvious lesson is to have fun and enjoy yourself as long as you are aware of your surrounding and don't bother other people, because the world isn't all about you and you're preparing the pressure. But unfortunately for us living people, we have to wait for an apocalypse for that to happen. So who wants to try eating an animal that shouldn't be eaten? Anyway, I guess that's it for this short amateur review. And yes, I took my sweet time making this video because perfectionism and procrastination had taken control of my brain. And my friend introduced to me Gun Plus, which is both fun and infuriating, and I would like to thank you as viewer to risk your time and energy watching this review, and I hope I can make a better review next time. See you.